Which brings me to a great article by Jason Forrest. He talks about you got to lead your customers or they're going to lose. All right? You need to be a leader in this. It's great to go up to them and the customer's always right approach, but they need you to lead. You're the expert. You know the market. You know about homes. You know about a marketing plan. I just talked a little bit about a marketing plan. They need to be led. They need to know what's available. They need to know how you can help them. It's like having an accountant. He talks about this, and he used to file his own taxes. Spend hours looking up the rules, filing the regulations, and then finally decided to use an accountant. And you know what? The accountant is the leader in your taxes. You're paying dearly for that accountant, but hopefully you're making money back because your tax strategies are sound. You're learning how to spend certain ways, how to save certain ways, different retirement vehicles, your mortgage. So hopefully using a good accountant, a good CPA, tax strategist is going to help save you money. You don't want your tax strategist, you don't want to sit in front of him and say, so what are we doing here today? Right? You want him to say, well, you're in the real estate business. You can write off X, Y, and Z. You can do this. You want leadership. There's a great author, and a quote from him is, it's John Maxwell. And I recommend this book to all of you. The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Great book. He says, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Your listing presentations, your buying presentations need to be ones that demonstrate that you know the way, that you go the way, and that you can show them the way. That's critical. When people lack certain expertise in a certain area, they want to follow a leader. Right? Why do you have a coach? Why do we talk to business coaches? Why do we talk to consultants? Not that we don't know what we're doing, but we want to learn more. We want to be the best we can be. So we consult experts. Your clients want the same thing, but you're the expert. This is just such a important fact and important thing because buyers don't know. Somebody a year ago that said that they thought the market was going to go down, or that they were, afraid to pull the trigger on a great buy that they could have gotten with you. If you didn't explain to them the value of the property, what their payments were going to be, the trends of the market, that the trends have been up for a while, right? We had a big dip, and it bottomed out around what, 2012, we'll say, ish, right? And it's been going up. Well, those people that were just on the edge of being able to buy that house last year, can't buy that house this year because they're outpriced. And you need to be able to help them understand the situation. You need to have a deep conversation with them about their wants and needs and desires, why they're buying a home, what they can afford, what they're comfortable with, what their job security is like. Get a full, detailed analysis on your clients so that you can then educate them on the details of the market so that you can put them into homeownership. Homeownership done right, done where you're not over leveraged, where you're going crazy, where you're buying something you can afford, is one of the greatest ways to accumulate wealth in this country. It's absolutely a great strategy to have alongside of your stocks, your bonds, your equities, your tangibles, your collectible art. Real estate is a great investment. So you want to help people get into that by your expertise. Now, if you asked a potential buyer if they wanted to lead the way, they'd say yes. But really, where's that leading them? You know those buyers? The ones that just never pull the trigger, that seem to be wandering aimlessly like a sheep? Well, they need a shepherd. They need someone to guide them. And that's the reality. They want you to be lead. They get grateful when they get it. When we view ourselves as facilitators to the process rather than leaders, we hold back, we delay delivering bad news, we avoid difficult conversations with them because we're afraid of coming across too pushy or too self-serving. But these things are inevitable. You need to have these conversations. While we think we might be doing right by our customers, we're not doing anybody any favors. You know, you have a house that's worth $1.8 million in Santa Monica, and you do your CMA like we just did, and you look at the comps, and you look at what's sold, and you know that property is probably going to go for 1.9, and you got to give your clients the education so that they can make a decision that's going to help them be in the game to get that piece of property. If they think they're going to get it for 1.7, and we know it's probably going to go somewhere over 1.8, maybe 1.9, you probably haven't educated them to the market and what they need to know and how the market works. So that's important. You never tell a client a price. It's their house, they're buying it. It's up to them. But you got to at least give them the data to be able to make an educated decision under the advice of your expertise. So that they can get what they want, so they can have their dream. They want to be led. The customer is not responsible for driving the customer experience. Right? The customer is not responsible for driving the customer experience. We are. You go to a Lexus dealer, they're going to, no pun intended, drive you. They're going to drive the customer experience versus going to maybe a Ford dealer. When you walk into a Lexus dealership, you're expecting to be led. You're expecting to be taken care of. You're expecting an experience. You're not going in them telling them about the cars. You're going to expect them to tell you with expertise and let you drive the car and feel it and make you very well acquainted with every little detail, every luxury piece of that vehicle. Right? Same thing in real estate. You go into a store and you're trying to buy a beautiful new dress or a nice suit. I want the guy that's working in the suit department to guide my customer experience, to help me know this is fashionable. Oh, that might be a little too young of a suit for someone my age to wear. This is a more classic look. This is where the style is now. I don't have time to read GQ every week, month, whatever it is. I want to be led.
Your socks are nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's my new thing I'm trying. Instead of always wearing black socks, I'm trying to add a little style. Yes, something. Something, thank you. So obviously it's not about being rude or leading someone, pushing someone around. It's just about helping lead and guide. Particularly in real estate, clients spend endless hours searching online. They search neighborhoods, they're searching appliances, they're searching mortgage rates and everything. And it's exhausting, and they don't want to have to figure out it all on their own. They want to have somebody with them. They don't want to feel like they need to know everything. They want somebody that they know you know everything. And that gives them a sense of peace. It's a very, very stressful process buying a home. It doesn't have to be. Things happen, snafus, things go wrong. But if you prepared your client in advance for things that could go wrong, they're less difficult to deal with. You know, my last listing, the 30-day escrow. And I told my seller, I told my seller, I said, hey, they're saying 30 days, but I just want you to know with the new RESPA and TRID and things going on, the likelihood of this closing in 30 days is not great. So we should plan on probably 35. Just letting you know that, but we'll sign off on 30. So my experience is That, and that's what we did, we closed it in 35 days. So when he said, when I said, hey, I know we're supposed to close this Friday, but it's not gonna happen. He said, oh yeah, I remember you telling me that. And I said, yeah, so we'll just give him an extension, but negotiating, right? If you give somebody something, you have to get something in return, or they don't think it's of any value. So we did a trade-off. Okay, we'll give you an extension till 7 days till this, but please give me in return that you'll pay $100 a day to my seller every day after 7 days that it's late. Yeah. Or whatever is comfortable for your seller. But the illustration of that is that's not a boilerplate thing to do. The illustration is that if you give somebody something, you need to get something in return. How many times have you done a favor for somebody and then you never see them again? You're like, why did I bother? You know why? Because you just gave them a favor. They didn't think it was of any value. You didn't create a value in that. You just gave it away. See? My horn agrees. You gave it away. Don't give yourself away. When you're doing somebody a favor, you're giving them something of value. And it's not bad to ask for something in return. It's actually important. Customers want to feel like they're in good hands. Demonstrate authority. Be the expert and make it your goal to provide value that is greater than the paycheck you will earn and the money that they are paying. If you're making $25,000 on that $1 million house, you better give them $30,000 worth of service. You're getting paid a lot of money. Some of you are earning it, some of you aren't. Sometimes you get lucky and it's just smooth. Sometimes it's a headache after a headache.
Most of them.
Most of the time. But again, I do present that the more honest you are, the more upfront you are, the more truthful you are, the more you educate buyers and sellers with the experience, the less bumps you're going to have. I talked a while back about Melissa Gavalia's brokerage. They have 200 things that the agent does to provide excellent service. I'm sure you could have a list of 100 things that could possibly go wrong with an escrow. It might be neat to put into a marketing presentation so people are aware. You're not putting bad mojo out there. You're just being honest. We're going with this lender. I'm just getting a difficult time. I'm having a difficult time getting in touch with them. I'm getting a bad feeling. I need to make you aware that this might be a challenge.
Aren't all of them like that?
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Everybody's different. That's the thing. We're all the beauty of us, of everybody in this room, is we're all different. We're all unique. We all have different strengths. I have strengths in some areas that Sahin doesn't, and Sahin has strengths in a lot of areas that I don't. We're all different. So that's why it's so important to be like a curiosity sponge with your clients. The thing is in this experience, you are aware of things that can go wrong before they are, and what they are. So present that.